Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex, and today is finally time to tier 3 the Mad Titan Thanos. I've got all the materials ready, everything is prepared. I even ranked up his uniform to heroic to get him closer to where he was at for Infinity War, because that is the comparison for most players. But I can say already without tier 3, because I know a lot of you will keep him at level 70, that he is very much improved. He's very good for PvE. With this new uniform, and I do also believe that his PvP strengths have not been taken away from him. So this does appear to, I'm not confirming it, 100%, but the reports that I'm getting from people indicate that he is better for both PvE and PvP with this game mode, which is kind of scary with this uniform, which is kind of scary because Thanos dominates already in PvP. As far as his advancement goes, you guys can see it's super expensive, but it also comes with insane buffs. We've got physical attack jumping by almost 15,000 points, 15,000 score, 15,000 whatever you want to call it. His HP is going up 26,000 HP, which is insane. So apparently someone did the math already, and thank you to those doing the hard, difficult stuff that I can't do. He has the second highest tier 2 to tier 3 stat bump amongst all characters, second only to Captain America. So it's pretty insane. Endless Void. I cannot wait. So we're gonna press the button. We're gonna see the tier 3 animation. I've never seen this before, so this is the first time for both of us. Let's enjoy it and kiss these beautiful resources goodbye, because this is basically all I've got. I'm gonna be down to pennies after this is done. Not gold wise, but for everything else. Here we go. Tier 3 Thanos. Okay, that's really sick. You sure, whatever. That's amazing. He gets the final gem, the Mind Stone, out of Vision, and he puts it in. He puts the rock in, and he rocks out. Nice. Shield Academy. That is amazing, and I'm already rank 1000. Wow, I'm not even higher rank for tier 3 Thanos. That is insane. Okay, just a quick note before we jump into content. This 48,000 physical attack is taking into consideration his leadership, so it's a little bit inflated. His real amount should be just over 41,000. So apologies. I had him a little bit over juiced, a little bit over steroided for that. But that was a really cool. I want to see it one more time with his Infinity War uniform. Let's check this out before we jump into some content. He gets all energized. That's cool. I kind of wish they would put something in the background. What does it look like with no uniform? the OG grumpy Thanos. Oh, it's it's not even the right one. He slots the yellow one. It's not that important. He slots the yellow one, but then it's the green one in the middle. Guys, continuity, very, very important. So we're going to take him into some gameplay now. We're going to test him out. I was doing some testing on stage 50 and 55 Corvus, so we're going up really high for PvE. This is definitely not possible for him with his Infinity War uniform at tier 2. And it looked to be almost possible for him at tier 2 with his new Endgame uniform. So now he's going even further, tier 3. He should be able to mop up Corvus pretty nicely. He is rocking a CTP of Rage, so he's super juiced out. We've got Wiccan for the 20% ignore dodge and Shuri for the regular flat bonus. And then we've got the 4 dodge ignore strikers so that we can hit 100% ignore dodge. And then of course Scarlet Witch, who can forget her for the mind control. So we're gonna take a look. We're not gonna clear the stage because I gotta do more testing and I gotta do more hype with the Twitch bros, but we are going to be seeing just how hard that tier 3 skill hits. It's gonna hit like a truck. I hope so. So let's check this out. We're gonna go open with 3, cancel 4, cancel 5 to get everything going. Go into the 3rd skill, and because he had that huge boost in terms of his, oh, I got guard broken there. Because he had that huge boost in regards to his stats. Oh, it's ready. Here we go. Let's see what happens. What? Oh. 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 What's going on? Okay. That was weird. Okay, let's try this again. I totally forgot about the SFX animation. It seemed like the attack missed. That's why I was saying, oh, what's going on? But there's like a little small, little blue and black ball, and then this huge one explodes, and then I don't know where Thanos went. It looked like he teleported next to Corvus. That was kind of anticlimactic. That was a bit weird. That's like using Sharon Rogers tier 3 for the first time and the tier 3 skill misses. She just jumps up and she shoots at nothing and there's no explosion, or there is an explosion but the boss is on the other side, so you don't see the bar move at all and you're like, what the hell, man, what gives? I think GBR will be a better example, will be a better show of the damage, because it'll be easier to see what's going on and how it's kind of affecting the boss, because the boss is so small in World Boss that he can kind of get lost in the action. Like, I can't even see Corvus right now because of the ooh, here we go. We did the all defense down first. Throw the ball at him, triggers the CTP of Rage, and it starts hitting, and then he comes in, and boom. Okay. I got snared. Yeah, it doesn't seem that impressive. I don't know. It didn't seem to do that much damage. Maybe I need to stack the all defense down. Maybe the CTP of Rage needs to be triggered before. Okay, let's try this. That's a much better trigger. But maybe it hits really late. It seems like the tier 3 skill takes a long time to hit. Oh, he's not even there anymore. Yeah, it totally missed. I think there's a lot of targeting issues, but the stat bonus is pretty nuts for his tier 3 skill, so he's still not having a lot of time. Like, that was almost a full bar. This is stage 55. There's no way that old Thanos could do this. He's got defense down on his second skill, so he's rocking it. Let me try to get some more hits in here. Let's try to trigger this, and let's try this again. We're way off on the proc of the CTP of Rage, but I just want to see damage. I just want to see what the damage looks like. It seems like there's an extra hit at the end here. Yeah, but it's impossible to get that hit to land on your CTP. Whether you're using a CTP of Rage or a CTP of Energy, any kind of damage proc, there's so many hits. It's such a long animation, and then it explodes. It seems more like a PvP skill. I'm not saying his tier 3 skill is bad. I mean, his tier 3 stat bump is insane. It's the second highest tier 3 stat bump in the game, so there's no denying how good that is for his stats, his HP, his attack, his defense. But maybe his tier 3 skill is more for PvP. With such a delayed, prolonged animation, maybe the first part of it will trigger some damage, force the invincibility to trigger, and then by the time it's over, the explosion happens and they're dead. Kind of like, you know, how Wolverine's tier 3 skill has spaces in between, or perhaps like Captain Marvel, there's some initial damage with her getting the meteor to come down, but then the real damage happens quite a bit later when the rocks start falling from the meteor debris. We're gonna skip ahead and jump into a GBR match and see just how much better he is. Here we go. We found a couple of teams. I purposely went for weaker teams so that we would not be interrupted. You know, if I get a tier 3 Captain Marvel or a tier 3 Luna or Sharon with me, they're gonna kill the boss too fast, and I might, you know, accidentally finish the stage, and I might not get a good glimpse of his damage. So we're gonna take a look here and see just how much damage a tier 3 Thanos is clocking against Master Mold. I've got friends saying that he cleared it in about 3 minutes, so thank you to Abraham and ASOS for being the kind of passengers on this wild ride that's about to happen. Iron Man gets a head start, but we're gonna clock some good damage here in just a second. We're gonna wipe out these Sentinels. There's gonna be a little bit of frame rate loss because GBR is just a crazy game mode where there's so much happening at the same time. Honestly, GBR, despite the issues with type enhancement kits and despite the kind of the hatred that some players in the community have for certain legendary battle rewards being tied to and type enhancement kits, which of course are only farmable most of the time from GBR, it's such a fun game mode. Honestly, if the rewards were different, if they had additional rewards that were not tied to type enhancement kits, I think people would love GBR a lot more. But I think it gets a bit of a bad rap, and I think people are a little bit salty about it because of the fact that, you know, all these things in game that are kind of frustrating are tied to it. So let's do the tier 3 skill. Let's see what happens with the damage. We get the hits there, and then the explosion happens. Where's the explosion? There's no explosion. It's just there. It's just there forever. Wow, it lasted really long. That was really weird. It lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going to last. The damage was good, but I was just confused as to when this guy's mind controlled, so he might actually kill me. I'm getting guard broken by Tony Stark, which is nice. It's very thematic. I haven't even seen Endgame. Okay, that's not bad. We're at a minute 30 in, and I've done 20. I can't move. I'm still iframed. Okay. We procced. It's a bit of an awkward tier 3 skill. I think kind of like perhaps Captain America. It's going to take some time for us to figure out exactly how we want to use it. But his damage is really good. It's multiple bars per rotation when you get everything rolling. We're going to get off another tier 3 skill here with the CTP of Rage. And let's see how much damage we do. Whoa, okay, there we go. We see the bars kind of flying. I don't know if we should, when we should cancel the tier 3 skill. But maybe try to land a secondary proc, like a second round of your proc, whether it's a CTP of Energy or CTP of Rage, and try to time it with the explosion. I'm really off right now on my procs, so I'm not really sure. Let's just throw it at him and see what happens. Okay, okay, whoa, all right, all right. Does it have ignored iframe? It doesn't seem to have ignore iframe. Yeah, when it starts hitting after that initial throw, it's actually quite powerful. But yeah, this looks to be about 3 minutes, maybe a little bit longer than 3 minutes, but not too much longer if I played a little bit more aggressively, if my teammates use the co-op skill properly, perhaps. Here we go, let's try this, see what happens here. Throw that thing, bars just start melting. Ooh, that's pretty quick. There goes his all defense. I think we can cancel the skill. Okay, yeah, wow. Okay, I'm pretty impressed. This is a huge change for Thanos. So there you have an early first test for Tier 3 Thanos, a huge jump for him in PvE, which we could still see at Tier 2. So I think if you're looking for any sort of upgrade to Thanos, that the Infinity War to Endgame jump in uniform is actually quite good. Now, it's always difficult when you do multiple advancements very close together to kind of get confused between which one is causing which. But I do think that my testing has indicated that the uniform is really a big part of what's making him so much better for PvE content. The Tier 3 obviously adds a lot of stats, but I think if you switched back, and I can do that in a future video, if I switch back to the Infinity War uniform at Tier 3 now and I try him, he'll still be pretty bad for PvE. He may still be a nightmare for PvP though. So second best Tier 3 stat bump in the game. Pretty unique, interesting, Endless Void Tier 3 skill. Let me know what you think of that. Let me know what you want to see next for the Mad Titan. I know you guys want to see some PvP action, so I'll kind of queue that up in a few days. Hit me up in the comments, Twitter, Discord, etc. Subscribe if you enjoy the content, and of course, if you like what you see, I hope to see you again tomorrow. Take care.